And welcome back to Talking About the Hours. We're your hosts, TJ Bay and Alan Poe, back once again with Ladies and Greatest. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got off work, but we had to get on for tonight real fast because we have to record this and we have to drop it tonight.
Yeah, we giving you two perspective of the Super Bowl and the halftime show.
For sure. So
Super Bowl, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Everybody was expecting me to, turn my social media off and be, bitter and do all this other shit, man. But you know what? It is what it is, man. Shout out to the Chiefs. I mean, to the Chiefs. They played the way they played. I wish Patrick would have played a little better, but the Eagles came out on top, and it is what it is, man. They played a great game. Their defense was lights out, man, and yeah, it is what it is. Eagles, you deserve this one. So I tip my hat to all the Eagles fans out there. It wasn't even close. I know the score says what it says, but it wasn't close. Y'all totally deserve this one, and I'm totally happy for Jalen Hurts on this one, man. He deserves ones. I really like Jalen Hurts, and there you go, man.
So what was the 2 years ago? What was the final score 2 years ago?
I do not remember.
Okay.
It was like 34 to 31 or something, I believe, something like that. It was super close too.
I like the fact that he now has a redemption story. Like, yeah, I lost, and I was super focused on trying to get back to the Super Bowl. I got here, and I was able to defeat the team who beat me my first time.
I will say this: if I couldn't give a if I could present the Super Bowl rings myself, I couldn't have picked a better player than Jalen Hurts to get the Super Bowl ring.
That and then also Saquon Barkley, man. After all that time in New York, man. Yeah, I'm definitely happy for him.
I'm totally okay with the outcome of the Super Bowl. I'm okay with Saquon getting his first ring. He totally deserves it. Jalen Hurts totally deserves it, man. I have no quarrels with the game. I have nothing to say about the refs, man. It was what it was, man. And whether there's questionable calls, I'm not even going to say nothing about it. It was what it was. It was a great Super Bowl. It wasn't great for the Chiefs fans, but it was great for the Eagles fans, and it is what it is, man. Shout out to the Eagles. Y'all did what y'all did, man. I'm happy for y'all.
I have one question for you. There were a couple calls missed on both sides. One call that wasn't made was the strip by Mahomes, and he got hit in the face mask. So I'm wondering, or I want to ask you, is that still hands to the face, although the ball was stripped?
It's hands to the face no matter what. And I mean, if they would have caught it, then it would have went our way.
Right.
And, maybe it would have been different, but the score wouldn't have been 40; it would have been 34. It would have been 30. What was it, 33 to 22 or whatever? Then, but it was what it was, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and say like, the refs determined the outcome of the game, man. Like, because everybody want to sit here and say the Chiefs got passes all season from the refs. I have no quarrels with the refs even in this one. Even if people want to question it and say that it went a certain way or whatever,
I think both teams got favorable calls. I think both teams
they did at the beginning.
Yeah,
they did at the beginning, and the Eagles capitalized on their favorable calls, and that's all it was. So.
Shit. Well, yeah, man. Also, Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator for the Eagles, ex-Bears defensive coordinator. So he was there in 2006 when he decided to run zone the whole game and have Peyton Manning eat us up to win a Super Bowl. So, hey, way to redeem yourself and win a Super Bowl.
Speaking of that, I mean, we got to say this too. Since you don't say Nick Fangio, I mean Nick Sirianni. He was a Chiefs. He worked. I mean, he started his career in our organization back in like 2000. I think it was like 2009 or something like that. Nick Sirianni was in our organization for like 3 4 years. So,
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, he's a chief.
He's a chief.
He's
He's part of the
yeah.
kingdom. He,
He's
he's one of Reed's offsprings. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's one of the offsprings from our team. So shout out
mhm.
to him, man. He won. He got. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like
Hey,
so. And I want to say this to my brother too, cause like you want to sit here and call and say all this stuff and call me when we losing and stuff, bro. But when I hit you when we was winning and stuff, bro, there was no. You tried to say you was asleep when this stuff, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro.
I will give you props though, T, because I was expecting
Yeah,
by like the second quarter to get a text in our text thread with me, you, and Jason, like, man, because they cheating, because or either that or man, we sorry. And then
yeah.
because every time that happens, you guys are coming back like, oh, we're the hardest team ever. I told you. I told
Nah, okay. Let me say my thought process on that real quick, cause I did say this. I was like, man. And I wasn't blaming the refs or anything at that. I was just saying Patrick and the O line is tripping right now. The O line got Patrick like a deer in the headlights. So
he was trying to make plays
when
with his feet, man. Like,
yeah, later in the game, but at the beginning, I was like, Patrick, man, just stop trying to, stop getting these, happy feet. Trying to jump up in the pocket and do all that when they're trying to, they're not, they're not trying to they're not trying to force you up in the pocket. You're just running up in there because you got happy feet. Like, stay back, retreat a little bit. And like, if there's nobody open, throw the ball away, man. Like, play like manage the game. He just got scared because, and I would have said this. Okay, I wouldn't have left Joe Tooney out at tackle this whole game. I would have let Humphreys or the other dude we just got
mhm.
from the Cardinals come in and see what he can do, man, because they needed to try something else.
Or do more chip
Or
block. They could have chipped
they,
more,
they
but
could have chipped more. They could have tried. And our run
no.
plays, man, our run plays are just they're everything's designed out of shotgun because we need to play some like
Pro form.
smash mouth football, man. Like two receivers, tight end, a fullback, and let us get our 3 4 5 yards every run because like
I
they
know you.
didn't even
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I know you guys were down, but it seemed like when you guys got down by, let's say, the 17 points, you
yeah
guys stopped running the ball totally altogether.
completely
And it's
completely.
like you have Kareem Hunt.
It was
Use
getting
him.
like he was getting 3 4 yards a carry, and if you do the math on that, it you score a touchdown. But
Right. Well,
I don't know, man. Andy Reid, I will say, I gotta say this. I got to because the elephant is in the room, and somebody needs to recognize it. When we had Eric Bieniemy,
mhm.
our offense was scary with Matt Nagy and I mean with Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid. Offense was scary. With Matt Nagy and Andy Reid, the offense is check down. It's game managing because we can't have that shit no more, guys.
You have the so basically, luckily you guys have better players than the Bears because you guys are basically running the Bears offense.
Yes, when Matt Nagy was there as the head coach, that's basically what we were running. We are
Uh-huh.
running right now, and it's to go the positive about the whole thing to go 15-2 throughout the season and have our one loss be because we rested all our players is a complete positive. But as far as going in the playoff stuff, we can't be managing games no more. We got to put teams away, man.
Yeah.
We got to put teams away.
Oh, another thing too, what I thought about this game. For some reason, when they got up to what was it, 20, I think it was a 23-0,
24-0.
24-0. The first thing I thought about, because I know KC and how they're able to come back, the first thing I thought about was Atlanta
Hey,
against the Patriots. I
well, the
was like,
thing I was thinking was we get the ball second half. So I was thinking in our last drive that we had, if we didn't go three and out,
mhm.
and we would have got a field goal at least in that one,
I think
it
everything
might,
would have been higher for
yeah,
sure.
if the game would have been way closer than it was if we'd have got a field goal. But if we went three and out like five times,
Do you okay? It seemed to have been working to you guys' advantage of having Taylor Swift. Do you think that Kelsey's been too preoccupied with this Hollywood relationship and that he wasn't focused enough this game? Because it's like, he's Mahomes' blanket. He's his go-to guy in times of need. And for some reason, it's like normally he would do like a basketball move and just get open. He didn't do that in today's game. It's like he ran the route. If it wasn't there, he didn't try to come back towards the ball. He didn't try to make something happen for Mahomes to find him.
I think if Travis Kelsey would have got involved early, it would have been a different outcome. But since once Travis, this is the thing about Travis, and as a Chiefs fan, I can say this, and I would say this. I'll say two things real quick. Social media makes y'all think Taylor Swift is the focal point of the Chiefs, but when we watch, they show her maybe 20 seconds out of the program
Yeah, I
when
think they only
during
showed
the
her
game.
once. I think they only showed her like once tonight.
They showed her once for 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and the social media makes it to where you think like Taylor Swift is the total focal point, but she was not.
Do you think
Second thing is Travis Kelsey is
you froze out too? I'll wait for you to come back though.
what now?
You got froze up. There
Okay.
you go.
If Travis Kelsey doesn't get involved in the game early, he's pretty much obsolete. Like
Right,
through the
because
third
yeah,
and fourth quarter.
because then teams aren't worried about him,
Well,
especially
it's
if they're
it's
up.
it's not just teams aren't worried about him. It's Patrick doesn't see him as the security blanket. Then he's trying to run the ball and do things like that. So if Travis Kelsey will take himself out of the game if he's not the focal point, and or if he
Mhm.
don't have two, three, four catches in the
Early in the
first
game.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
So
think do you think you guys miss Tyreek Hill at all?
we do not miss Tyreek
Okay.
at all.
The reason why I asked that because he's so fast, he could have like a hitch play, one move, and he could take it to the house. He's just that fast. So I know Worthy's
We
fast as well, but I don't think Worthy has the shiftiness. I think Worthy has
Tyreek.
a straight ahead speed, like
No,
light
see the
shift.
thing
I don't
is
think he has the wiggles.
now see, that's the thing about it was Tyreek. Tyreek Hill wasn't Tyreek Hill when he first got in the league. You seen glimpses of
Right. You froze up again, so we'll wait.
this right now. We're seeing glimpses of it, and if he develops like Tyreek does, it's gonna be scary for everybody. And what like we did see at the end of the game, though, Xavier Worthy is about to be a problem.
Mhm.
He about to be a problem. I'm
But that
telling you.
that's
He,
that's why I'm confused. Is like if he's like your Rice is still hurt, right?
yeah, that's the thing. Is didn't even
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
He
Who the
that's
hell you
our
got now?
number. That's our number one. Everybody sits here and says Travis Kelsey is the number one option. Rasheed Rice is our number one option. and
He
he
was.
didn't
I mean,
even play.
he was last year because you guys didn't have Rice last year.
Nah,
He was,
he even at the start of this season, Rasheed Rice would have went for like 100 catches and like 1,200 yards receiving this year if he'd have played the whole year. And
possibly.
our 17-1 would have been a lot different. 17-1. Excuse me, 16-1 would have been a lot different. I'm telling you, if Rasheed Rice was there, it would have been a different story. Our whole offense would have developed way differently. And
Mhm.
this what you're seeing right now. I'm all right. This is why I'm optimistic.
Okay.
We got here. Yes, the refs did help us. I'll put that out there. Yes, the refs did help us a few games, and let's just a spade is a spade. The refs did help us. I don't know if it was something they had whatever with the Chiefs, whatever, but the refs did help us. But if we had our actual offense throughout the whole season, where Marquise Brown,
But
Rasheed Rice,
that's why you play the game though, because like it's
right?
part of the game. So you can say if we had our whole team solid and full, yeah.
No, it's a hypothetical, but the thing
Nice hoodie,
is,
by the way. Nice hoodie, by the way. I like that.
yeah, but if we did have them, like some teams do have it and some teams don't, but if we did have it, man, it would have been whatever. But it's a hypothetical. But anyways, the game was the game.
Congrats to the Eagles once again.
Congrats to the Eagles, but we got to get into the meat and potatoes real quick before we
And
get off here.
yeah, and the Chiefs will be back. But yeah, let's get into the real talk. The halftime show, Sir Kendrick Lamar was present and was very astute, and his show was flawless.
I I I would have to definitely agree with that.
So for those who don't know, as far as like the set list, so he started off with um,
Squabble up.
give me one second, let me back
It
out of this.
was squabble up. It was humble.
Mhm.
And you know what, man, with the set list, once you read this out, we gotta keep in mind everybody's gonna be like, oh shit, like it was just a set list, whatever. I really think this was a strategic set list.
Yeah, it definitely played off his latest album release, GNX. Most of the
It
songs
did,
were from that. He did a couple songs from Damn, DNA, and
right?
yeah,
But the way, and everybody's gonna say this, but the way it went, and I totally believe this, the way the album, the songs, the set list was conducted was to end the beef completely and have nobody sit there and say there's a beef anymore.
yeah. All right, so let's see, is this right?
Go ahead, read it out.
No, it's not. No, this is the wrong list.
It don't matter because we can formulate the list from just what they're saying.
Yeah, but I had the actual list. All right, so the list that I'm seeing here is Whacked Out Morals. I didn't hear that. Bodies.
No.
I think that was the intro that he did.
He did some stuff that wasn't on his actual stuff too. So,
Mhm. Okay. Then he had Squabble Up, Humble, DNA, Euphoria.
right. Yep.
See, and this has Man at the Garden and Peekaboo. So Man at the Garden wasn't there.
Yeah.
Euphoria wasn't there.
Right.
Peekaboo was.
Peekaboo was.
Um, and then what else? Of course, Not Like Us.
Not like us.
How did you
And
feel?
then
How did you feel about? I know they're going on tour soon, but how did you feel about kind of the breakup by having SZA there? I think that was a smart play by him
that was
because
completely smart.
because
Completely.
a lot of middle America, a lot of America they're not really into rap music, or they don't really understand the lyrics and whatnot, but everyone kind of understands R&B and they like SZA.
No, it was everything was well played. And let's address a couple things real quick. The people that want to sit there and say this was not a good performance, you guys are being like bots, like you're on Drake's side, which is completely wrong, and you're not being completely honest with yourself because that is completely false. It was a masterful performance, and for anybody to sit there and say, "Oh, it was trash," that you're trash.
I know what it was. I know what it was exactly. As I was watching it, it didn't seem. All right, so 2025, and I'm realizing this as we're moving through this year already. They're getting rid of all like the bullshit, right? And when I say that, like the fluff. So this
Correct.
is a actual performance. The one thing that was missing for me, since this is the Super Bowl, the pyrotechnics. Like there weren't explosions. You know what I mean? Like it was just.
He didn't even need that because
I
like
know.
the
Like when you
messages.
go right, the message was there, but what I'm saying is by Super Bowl standards, there's always like the pyrotechnics going off. You know what I mean? Like the explosions,
Right,
the flare. So I think
right.
that's why some people might be like, oh, this wasn't the best because it wasn't all that glitz. It was just like hardcore. And matter of fact, shout out Samuel L. Jackson, Uncle Sam. Um,
Right, right. Samuel did his thing out there, man.
because because Kendrick did this he did this in his Grammy performance a couple years back. When he was performing, there would be like a brief break and Dave Chappelle would say something. Remember that?
Yeah,
So this is kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, they don't want to hear all that. It's ghetto. Play it safe. So he did his safe songs, right? It's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then he's like, nah, I'm going into it. But I did like the way he that Kendrick said, the revolution is televised. You just got the wrong guy. Like,
yeah.
nah, you got the wrong one to play with right
Hell,
now because I'm about
yeah,
to get down. I'm about to tell y'all, I'm about to tell the world, billions of people, what it really is.
yeah.
And
And he did. Let's just break down a couple things real quick. First of all, like you said, with the track list, I think it was targeted at the very end when he said game over. I think that was meant completely at Drake to let y'all, and not just at Drake, sorry, at Drake fans and everybody to let y'all know, man, there's no more beef because
yeah, it was
like
a
it
one.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter. It doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter what happens from here on out. The beef is over with. I won. Let's just move on.
nigga. You know what? When you said that, the first thing that came to my head was uh, Friday after next. No, next Friday when Devo popped out the dog catcher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's time for the rematch. Yeah, it's time for the rematch. And so when you said that, I pictured Drake popping out like, yeah, it's time for the rematch.
Like nah. Like
You already got hit with the brick, man. It's
yeah.
that's
It's a
my
wrap.
dog. That's my
Uh,
dog.
you already got beat up because like nah.
That sucks, man. It is what it is. I feel sorry for the dude.
Kendrick was masterful for it too. He never called him a pedophile. He even bleeped out
Yep,
that
he
part
leave
when
that out.
he
But it's
bleeped
still
that out
devious.
for him.
He's still devious because this nigga looked in the camera and said, "Hey Drake," and smiled. But he still said, "I heard you like him young." So he was still saying
Yeah,
the most
yeah.
important parts. He just left out the words you can't say on
And
television.
let's get this out there. One of the most important too. The whole Super Bowl stadium saying the most prominent part of the song.
But I don't think it's just a Super Bowl stadium. You got to think
No, it was.
billions of
I,
people watching. So
it
I
was
guarantee billions
billions
at all at the same moment were saying,
at the
"Hey,
same. We're in unison saying A minor.
But I'm gonna break it down to you even more about that A minor part. So, did you peep out what he was wearing?
Yes.
Did you see his chain?
Yes.
Okay, what was the pendant on it?
It was a big fat A.
Okay, but guess what? It was a lowercase a,
It
not a
was a
grown up
low.
A.
Oh, Al cut. Al cut me. Al
Hey,
cut,
hey,
Al
not a
cut.
grown up A, my nigga.
A minor in the lowercase. Oh, Al cut, cuz. All right, man. So Kendrick killed it, man. Yeah, and he literally killed Drake. Cause so for all you Drake fans, man, I'm sorry, man. Like to break it to you like this, man.
But I mean, yeah,
It's a rap, man.
I
Like
don't like
you,
I don't like niggas picking sides. Like Drake makes great music.
he makes great music, but at the same time, man, this is what you got to do. Like we said, Drake, man, you just got to be quiet. Don't even address this.
Yeah.
Don't even address this, man. Just go about yourself. You got a tour. You trying to make
Be
your
humble.
money on. Yep, like my baby said, be humble. Don't even address this, cousin. Just go about your business, cause it's a rap. Cause it's a rap.
Yeah. He can never
It is a
like
rap.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
is a rap.
Yeah.
Just you still got your fans right now, homie. Just give it up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't address this. Just let it go.
Or how it was back in the days as kids, right? You didn't like somebody, you guys fought, and then after you hugged it up and y'all are best friends.
I would do that. I don't even care if you take the like you already took the L because like there's nothing more you can do for this. There's nothing more. There is nothing more you can do for this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
It
funny.
said game over.
Nigga had a lowercase
The
a on it.
crowd said game over. The crowd, not Kendrick. The crowd. They got people in the
Oh, they were
crowd.
holding. Oh, that's what it was. I couldn't tell if there was like a screen there or if it
No,
was
that
okay.
was no screen. That was no screen. They got everybody in the crowd to do in unison, put up a game over.
Man,
That's not AI. That was no. There was no. What is it? Screen over screen.
green screen. Yeah.
They picked they picked people in the Super Bowl crowd, and those people said, "I will do it, and I will hold up my light in order to hold up this game over, so everybody can see this." And then the camera just panned on it, just game over. Like, bruh, you know who that was for. You know who that was for.
I know. I'm not sure if you peeped. Yeah, it's for Drake, but I'm not sure if you peeped out. So, how he had his, I can't even call them dancers. Um, the players who were walking around.
Right.
Did you notice at one point it made the American flag?
Yes.
But did you notice also it was black people making the American flag? So that's another message
There's
inside the message.
all kinds, and we will break it down in our episode coming up soon. We're gonna get more. We'll dabble a lot more into this. Right now, we want to just get ahead of it, give you guys our reaction to it, and man, I
Did you
know.
know?
I know a bunch of YouTubes because I'm about to get off here, get in the tub and do what I do, get ready for work tomorrow, and I already know YouTube is gonna be on top of this.
Did you know that that was Serena Williams?
Yes,
I
crip
didn't.
walking,
I didn't know
crip
that.
walking.
Like I was like, it because it panned on her. I'm like, okay, who's this?
Yes, we seen it. Yes, my baby recognized it. It was Serena Williams.
Yeah, I didn't
She
recognize. I didn't know who
recognized
it
it
was. I was
too.
like, okay, it must be somebody that who's like a dope dancer or somebody. You know what I mean? Like someone who we're focusing on. I didn't realize
Serena
that.
Williams out there crip walking on everybody.
Yeah, I definitely didn't realize that was her. That was hard too because that goes back into
When he talked about
yeah,
Serena Williams. It was Drake, man. YouTube eat this alive, man. Let's go. And we a part.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
We here at the table eating too. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's all eat, man. Let's
Like,
go.
subscribe, comment, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a short video, but hey, we got to get this out. So this will be out tonight. Hey, if you like it, you like it. You love it, you love it. We love y'all. Peace. T. Talk to you later, man.
For sure, man. Al, you have a great night. YouTube, have a great night. Like, subscribe. You know what to do, man.
Oh, my bad. I was jamming too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2025 is starting off
It's
right.
go, yeah, it's
It's
gonna be a
starting
good
off,
night for
yeah.
YouTube tonight, boy. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, let's go.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, we out.
Yep. Peace.